What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking you guys to the NAB show, which is the National Association of Broadcasters here in Las Vegas. It's a big media trade show right down there, about maybe a quarter mile down the road there, pretty far. I got a folding bike here though to get me there, courtesy of Vilano Bikes. Thanks a lot, Vilano Bikes. Vilano Bikes, I think it's VilanoBicycles.com. It's a folding bike. Pretty awesome. I use this at the Overland Expo. My secret to get to this show is to park over by the Las Vegas Strip. There's Circus right there. I just park right here in this big open lot for free. If not, I got to pay 20 bucks down there closer to the convention center. All right, so let's go inside NAB and see what it's like. I'll take you guys around and show you what it's like to go to NAB. Hopefully we'll see some cool drones and cameras and stuff. So yeah, I may not look cool on this bike, but I tell you what, it beats walking. Looks like the convention center is expanding. This used to be one big humongous parking lot. That's where they used to hold the SEMA Ignited drift competitions and exhibitions and stuff like that for SEMA. They closed it all down, and looks like they're building a humongous convention center or something down there. See what I mean? $40 for convention parking, forget that. I park for free, man. I'm a local. That's crazy. Gotta go through security. Oh, they got canines out here. They ain't messing around. All right, we're inside NAB. So let's just walk around and see what we can see. This is a pretty cool show. If you're into cameras and stuff and drones and technology and media and broadcasting, stuff like that, this is the show for you. I'm not a super geek when it comes to all this stuff, but I can appreciate it, that's for sure. All right, so I'm at the Blackmagic design booth at NAB. They're right up front. If you're right up front, that means you're paying big bucks, but probably one of the biggest booths and the best booths for professional grade cameras, that's for sure. So Blackmagic is releasing a brand new field camera. They're calling this the Blackmagic Ursa Mini Pro 4.6K G2. So you can shoulder this like a field camera you'd see like at a sporting event or news broadcaster. You could also use this as a studio camera as well if you put a monitor on here. All kinds of specs on this thing for those of you who are interested in camera stuff. 15 stops of dynamic range, 4.6K HDR, films in or supports Blackmagic RAW and Blackmagic Design Generation 4 Color Science, whatever the heck that is. It's above my head. You can have all that for only 6,000 bucks, basically, $5,995. Oh, look at this film. Actual film being digitized, $29,000.
We just pull in whatever music track we need. Yeah, we're primarily a robotics company first. But we somebody has like a music video or something. They want to do like 40 hours.
That robot just threw that device right into that backpack. And there's like some kind of simulated water falling. That's kind of cool. You could even see text inside the dropping water.
We just make it as easy.
Actually, I don't think it's water. Or is it water? Well, maybe it is water. Oh yeah, it is water. I thought it was like crystal balls or something.
So it's a keyframe. It's just a keyframe.
Think Media. I just photobombed Think Media. As you can see, I'm at the Fayutech booth, and if you're wondering how I'm getting this beautifully smooth video, it's because I'm using a Fayutech G6 3-axis action camera stabilizer. Matter of fact, it's very similar to this one here. This is this is it right here. So this is the one I'm using right here in my hand right now. I have my GoPro Hero 4 mounted to it, and I can tell you for a fact right now, it's pretty cool. It's actually really cool. The things I like about it is that it has a 5,000 milliamp battery in here, so it's going to last They advertise 12 hours, which is a big improvement over my Evo. And it also has some pretty cool features. Obviously, the motors are bigger than my Evo, so they got a lot more torque. And also, you can balance the camera. You can actually unscrew this right here and balance the camera. So if you have like a mic like I do on mine, or if you have some other accessories on here, you can balance it, which I can't do with a lot of other gimbals. If you run an action camera, the G6 is probably going to be a really good option. If you're running a mirrorless, obviously you should go with something bigger, and they do have gimbals for that. Here's that folding gimbal for your cell phone. Oh yeah, there we go. Thank you so much. I have an assistant over here. This is what it looks like when it's all folded up, which is pretty compact. You can throw that into your cargo pocket, a backpack, whatever. Nice and compact. And then when you see something you want to film, you know, your family or whatever, on vacation, throw your cell phone in there and you have yourself a gimbal stabilized cell phone setup, which is pretty nice. And hopefully I'll be able to review that in the future. So the G6 is the one I'm using, which is great for action cameras, but the G6 Plus is beefier and stronger, set up for mirrorless cameras. So you can use GoPros, obviously, because there's a tripod mount here, but there's this tray that allows you to put mirrorless cameras. Not so much DSLRs, the big ones, because they are still pretty big and bulky, but mirrorless cameras like this Sony right here, definitely the route to go. So this is called the Ching, and essentially what it is basically a base, a motorized base for almost any camera. You can do those time-lapse and basically remote control your camera from a distance. So you have your remote control where you can use your cell phone on here, and look at that fine-tuned movement on there. Very precise movements with your camera. That's cool. Look at that. So you got your pan and your tilt. That is awesome.
It's AK-4500.
Oh, AK-4500. I see. So it's basically like an upgrade to those. Yeah, because this one has the... Yeah, that's nice. So can you show the guys what it looks like when you're holding this? It's probably a lot more ergonomic. There you go.
Yeah, some people that like use this.
If you do the low angle stuff, yeah, that's nice. Because these things, they get heavy. If you're filming with this, they get heavy. And if you only have this pole here, that can put a lot of strain on your arm. But up here, that makes it an all-day use kind of camera. That's nice. And then obviously it's stronger. The motors are bigger and stronger to handle all the extra gear. They were telling me that it's rated up to 10 pounds of gear on here. So here's another example.
This one is like, some people like to use two hands.
Oh, the fig rig, yeah.
This part is actually this part. You can take this off.
I see. So you just disconnect this, mount it on here. You still have all the capabilities of that, but in a fig rig configuration. Oh, you guys make this too? It's carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Nice. Passing by the Adobe booth, and I know a lot of people love editing with Adobe, so maybe I'll upgrade to this someday, but right now I'm still editing on iMovie. But yeah, I mean, this stuff is awesome, but it's also very expensive. I'll get there one day. Check this out. This is a company called Layard. Never heard of them before, but they got an 8K LED video wall. That's impressive. You thought 4K was impressive. Now we're already at 8K. Look at the size of this thing. Oh my God, that is amazing. You can't really tell probably in the video because I'm only filming in 1080p, but this thing is so big it almost feels like it's 3D in a way. How big is the screen, by the way?
I believe it's 6 meters by 7 meters.
6 meters tall and 7 meters wide. Okay. That is huge. It must be a European company because they're going in meters and not feet. That's pretty huge. That's awesome. Alright, so check out some of this Hollywood magic right here. So if you look at the screen, it looks like he's driving in the city at night. And it looks real. I mean, that looks like he's legit driving in the city at night. He even has lights on his windshield. But if you look over here, there's a peek behind the Magic right there. There's a screen on the top that gives you the reflections on the windshield. And then obviously there's the cityscapes in the back on the sides. It's all digital. That is cool. It's just LED panels. But when you look at it here, you can't even tell that he's inside a studio, basically. Very cool. Check out this Lamborghini SUV I spotted at the NAB show in Las Vegas. It's not just any Lamborghini SUV though. This one has motorized remote control boom arm, carbon fiber boom arm with a cinema camera on the front, 3-axis stabilized. Yikes. It's a red camera. That is amazing.
The best study cam invention since the original was debuted essentially last year.
That is a really good looking SUV. I've actually never seen one of these before. Look at that butterscotch leather in there. So there's the control for the arm. This thing moves pretty quick. That is a nice looking SUV. If I could afford it, I'd rock this thing, man. It's the most badass SUV I've ever seen. That is nice. This camera rig caught my eye because it is just badass. Look at this thing. It looks like something out of a futuristic movie. Wow. By the way, we're at the Tilta Max booth. And I guess they're calling this the Armor Man. Man, that is just cool looking. Looks like you have some kind of support over your waist. And then these arms hook in on each side. And then you have a back panel that's attached to. So most of the weight's on your hips and back, and then some on your shoulders there. And then there's these springs, kind of like a Steadicam setup. And then from here, you just mount whatever camera rig you normally run. That is cool. I'm digging that Boba Fett helmet, by the way. That is so badass. Wow. Never seen any camera rig like that before. Looks like a weapon. Now here's something I haven't seen before. Here's a company called designledpro.com, and their video screens are curved. This one's kind of subtle, but you can see at the bottom it's got a curve to it. And then this is crazy right here. Now this is not subtle. Look at that curve. If you sit right here, it's like very immersive. You're like wrapped around the screen. That is cool. Look at that. You get a better understanding of how curved it is when you stand off to the side here. And then they have it concave and convex. So here's the opposite direction. Look how wide that is. That's so cool. It's a curved video wall. That's awesome. And I guess they can customize these panels to make all kinds of shapes. Look at this. This is a face. They actually have a video face. That is cool. Alright, so we're at a booth called Dicolor LED, I believe it's called. You saw the video walls. Look at this. It's a video floor. That's pretty nuts. Alright, so I guess that means I gotta look for somebody that does a video ceiling next. because we got the wall and the floor. Pretty cool. Check this out. A booth called Yes Tech, and they make creative screen shapes. So it's kind of like a 3D effect. That is awesome. So you can see the first screen here has got like a cutout where you can walk through it, like a shuttle bay door. And then beyond it is where the space is, the outer space. So it has like depth. And they got a heart shape up there just to kind of show off what kind of shapes they can do. That is cool. Look at that. I guess I got to stand back to really get a better understanding of what you're looking at there. That is really cool. And then there goes your standard video wall right there, which is amazing. Look how big that thing is. You can see the lady standing right there, how big this thing is. That's got to be like 20 feet tall and 40 feet wide, I'm assuming. Very cool. Let's take a look at the magic behind the curtain here. See, they have these steel frames. Oh, look, they made letters out of their panels. All right, so I knew I was going to see some drones at NAB for sure, because it's a media broadcasting trade show, but this is just a whole nother level. Look at this drone, man. Oh my God, it is huge. It's like a helicopter, really. It's not even a drone anymore. Those blades are huge. And then they have a gimbal high-def cinema camera mounted to a Lamborghini. I mean, why not, you know? Check out that system. They have a brace built into the back of the Lambo. Actually, there's a couple braces. This one kind of pans around and moves. But that is amazing. So, yeah, you gotta watch out for those blades, man. Those will cut your head clean off. This Lambo is amazing. Look at this thing. So they built another rig in the front so you can chase vehicles. Look at that. A lot of engineering going on here. That's a work of art in itself. That's cool. There's another camera up there that's flying around on cables. They can actually fly that camera around almost in any direction, because there's another rig up there on cables as well. You probably can't see it, but it can fly forwards, backwards, and up and down. It's pretty amazing. Can't go to NAB without stopping by the Pelican booth. These guys make probably the best cases for your gear, especially if you're a camera guy. So they got some new stuff. Check this out. So right over here, they got this new thing. They're calling it the Pelican Go and Ruck cases. And they're cool little cases that actually have compartments inside, so you can customize all the little things that you carry. So instead of just having a blank box, now you have all these compartments that you can really configure. So cell phones, cameras, GoPros, you know, SD cards, you name it. And they are all different sizes. And this one's kind of cool. This one has like a D-ring kind of set up on here, so you could like clip it right to your backpack if you wanted to. That's nice. And they come, like I said, in all different sizes, different colors. So you got you covered no matter who you are and what you got. And then over here, they have more new cases. And what's cool about these cases is you can either have them laser CNC cut, or how they do this from the factory. They'll cut it for you, or you can design your own if you have something that's not going to be a factory setup. And then of course they're famous for their tough cases. Here's the pluck foam. I actually have one of their large Pelican cases. If you have thousands and thousands of dollars in gear, it probably would be a good idea to protect that stuff with some of the best cases out on the market. Pretty cool. Here's what is this? This is the DJI. Wow, look at that. Nice fit. Check out their backpacks. So they got these like hybrid hard shell, soft shell combos. They're calling this one the U100 Urban Backpack. That's nice. I really like that.
I'm a nice guy. I'm not gonna buy it.
Very cool. Check out this lounge area with bean bags and fake grass. That's awesome. Some people are just crashed out sleeping. Look at this guy. See, there's Google right there. Google has a booth here at NAB. And it looks like they're pushing a lot of the Google Cloud information. Check it out. Facebook is at NAB. That's a cool booth. Look at all the emojis. That's cool. You should check in here at Facebook. Check out this booth called Cinema Devices. Look at that. I think I saw these guys before. They got these arms with rubber bands that stabilize your camera. That is pretty wild. Holy crap. Check it out. It's Sinbad. Oh, that's awesome, man. Wow, you never know who you're going to see at NAB. Introduce yourself to the world and tell us what you got, man.
Hi, I'm Chris from Filmic. We make Filmic Pro, and the gold standard for mobile video. If you've heard of shot on iPhone, whether it be a movie or a documentary, it's most likely been shot with Filmic Pro. And the reason for that is we offer 4K recording at 130 megabits per second with granular color profiles and gamma curves. It's pretty cool, and really the whole idea behind this is giving a pro feature set to people who have the hardware that's already capable of it. These phones are amazing when it comes to dynamic range. With Log V2, you can take the latest generation iPhone XS and increase it to 14 stops of effective dynamic range. Basically, you are taking a phone and you're giving it the feature set of a Panasonic GH5S.
That's awesome.
And we're putting that in people's pockets.
That is awesome. I notice more and more people are filming with their phones because the phones are just becoming more and more advanced.
It's like the Super 8 camera of its generation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's pretty much, you know, the humbling thing that I've seen is people who are filmmakers in India, Sub-Saharan Africa, Indonesia, people who are making $2, $3, $4 a day. They don't have the resources to even, you know, buy a third-hand Panasonic. But if they have an Android phone in their pocket, they can document the human experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how much would a rig like this cost, say if someone wanted to start like this?
Absolutely. So the most important part is the phone. And the price of that is going to be highly variable, whether, you know, if you have one already, basically you just have to buy the app. The app itself is not cheap by the standards of, like, say, the Android and the iOS App Store. Filmic Pro, depending on your region, is right around $17. But that's just one time. We don't charge a monthly fee after that. All updates are for the lifetime of ownership. After that, there's an in-app purchase called a cinematographer kit, and that allows you to do other things. You can actually control the image before it's encoded. So you can change curves, you can change histogram equalization. If you want to raise the black point, give it a more filmic look, you can do that. If you think your shadows are too crushed, you can actually just pull the shadows up by themselves.
That's awesome.
And it goes beyond that. Not only do you get tonal controls, but you get color controls. You can manipulate individual channels to compensate for artificial lighting. You can change saturation and vibrance independently. And not a lot of people are aware, but changing these independently is very important to protecting skin tones. So you may want to decrease saturation, but increase vibrance. You give yourself a more vibrant green in the photo, but not necessarily mess up somebody's complexion. All of these are available to you if you purchase both Filmic Pro and the in-app purchase, the cinematographer kit. Now, the Cine kit doesn't appeal to everyone. I would say this is more for people who are very serious about the craft. So it's a $15 in-app purchase, but again, that's just one time, and you own it as long as you own it, and it will follow you from phone to phone.
That is really awesome, actually. So you can't go to NAB without seeing the Canon booth. I mean, these guys are like huge in the industry, basically the leaders in the industry, but they got awesome cameras. Look at this thing. Yeah, these are pretty amazing, expensive, way out of my league, but I could use maybe a video camera. That'd be cool. I do have, like I said, the old T5i. But yeah, a lot of cinema grade stuff here. Matter of fact, just these booths alone of just the lenses. This is for the EOS R. But just this booth alone with these lenses, these are like $10,000, $20,000 lenses for one. Maybe even more. So you got like $1 million just in these two cases right here alone, of just lenses, but pretty amazing stuff. Okay, so as you can see, I'm at the Panasonic booth at NAB in Las Vegas. Let's go take a look around and see what's new at Panasonic, because they make the Lumix, and I've been a big fan of Lumix for a while. I actually own a Lumix FZ1000, and I wouldn't mind getting the FZ2000, or even a GH5 for that matter. But I heard they have a new camera, so let's go check it out. All right, so what do we got at Lumix Panasonic?
So this is Panasonic's first full-frame mirrorless camera. We have an S1 and an S1R. Difference between them is a megapixel and also video capabilities. At NAB, we're showing the S1. So this is the first full-frame mirrorless camera with unlimited record time internal.
Oh, wow.
4K 60 capable, 24 and 30, 10-bit video, 422, 420, and full vlog, which will all unlock in July with a firmware upgrade. 180 frames a second at full HD for slow-mo.
Oh, nice.
And the highest resolution EVF in the world.
Which is what?
5.7 million pixel OLED.
Nice.
And fully weather sealed body, 5-axis and body image stabilization, stabilization in the lenses that work together. And you get SD and XQD card slots.
And the screen, which way does the screen fold?
So it's a tri-fold design. So this is meant for photo and video. So you get tri here, here, and then it's also on a hinge to flip up as well.
That's what I'm talking about. That's awesome. Because I know everybody either like one or the other. You guys got both.
Sure.
That's cool. That's very cool.
You have a hot shoe, so you can always attach an external video monitor.
Sure. Yeah. And then the big question before we go: price, roughly. Or do you have one?
It's out right now. It came out last Thursday.
Oh, okay.
$24.99
awesome.
for the body starting.
Nice. Cool. Thank you. All right, so passing by the Nikon booth, they got all kinds of mirrorless cameras. They got these ones all kitted out with pretty much everything you can possibly think of. Gimbals, frames, like these camera frames, external mics, monitors. But yeah, the big thing is everyone's going with mirrorless versions nowadays. And look at this one. Look at this beast right here. They're calling this the Nikon Z 58mm, the fastest Nikon lens ever. All right, so I said I wanted to check out drones at NAB, and I spotted this company called X Dynamics. I've never seen these guys before.
What sets us apart from other manufacturers, we actually have our dual screen ground station right here, 7-inch display screen on top, 5-inch touchscreen on the bottom. Quad-core 64-bit processor running Android, so very powerful.
Nice.
We're going to be releasing SDK later on, so third-party manufacturers could create apps that are compatible with our system.
Oh, cool.
Our aircraft, it's a full carbon fiber monocoque chassis, so it's going to be extremely durable, rigid, lightweight. We wind our own motors, so they're going to be extremely powerful, great for flying in adverse weather conditions like high winds. For our smaller form factor, we do have a detachable gimbal system, so you could change the camera depending on what type of flying situation you have. We're going to start off with 3 options: a standard camera, which has the same size sensors, your Phantom 4, GoPro, Mavic Pro, and then we're going to come out with a micro 4/3 size sensor, which is same as like your GH5, Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, EP Cinema camera. And then also we have a compatible gimbal that works with the FLIR infrared, the view line of cameras, so more for your industrial commercial use.
Nice.
So that's basically a quick rundown of our Evolve drone.
If guys want to learn more, what's your website?
It's going to be xdynamics.com.
Cool. All right, guys, there you have it. See, I told you I was going to bring you some cool drones at NAB, and I think this qualifies as a really cool drone. Carbon fiber, dual screen controller. That's awesome, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We're at the Sony booth at NAB. Let's walk around and see what Sony has to offer. Sony's showing off their new crystal LED display system. It is huge. Look at the size of this thing. So this is showing an 8K screen, 8K resolution, and it is huge. I'm guessing it's easily 25, 30 feet tall, maybe 40 feet wide. Not exactly sure, but it's humongous. You can see here's the people right here in the crowd. That thing is huge. It is a monster, and it's showing 8K resolution. Flawless, too. I can't see any seams. It is beautiful. 8K is definitely the way of the future. We're probably only a few years away from everybody having the benefits of 8K. Of course, you have to film in 8K first. So everything has to be filmed in 8K, and then you can watch it on an 8K screen. And if you're wondering how they did this, there are panels that they basically stitched together somehow. You can't see the seams. If you get right up on it, you can see the seams, but in this situation here where it's, you know, a theater setup, the lights are dimmed down, you can't see those panels. Matter of fact, here's a representation of what the panels look like. Here's my hand. That's the size of the panel right there. And then they just put them up somehow. They got their own technology on how they put those things together, and that's what you get. 8K crystal LED display. That is awesome. And basically the size is unlimited. I mean, you could just start expanding this thing as big as you want, as long as you get the aspect ratio right. And they have what's called an AI-based video analytics. And if you look here, this dude is not on a green screen. The guy is not on a green screen, but the software is allowing him to look like he's on a green screen. So you can put any background you want. That's actually pretty sweet. No need for a green screen. That is interesting. So I'm filming everything at this show on my GoPro. So it's kind of fitting that I gotta stop by the GoPro booth. I stopped buying GoPro cameras at the Hero 4 Silver because I don't need to go any higher than that. I have 1080p at 60 frames per second, this is what I upload to YouTube with. And I stabilize everything on a gimbal, which is what I'm using right now, a Feiyutech G6. So I didn't really need to upgrade to the newer ones that have the built-in awesome stabilization, which I wouldn't mind having, but I just haven't had the need to. But I won't lie, it would be nice to get another GoPro, that's for sure. So now they're up to the Hero 7, which is awesome. Here's their 360 camera. So I haven't dabbled in the 360 yet, but I might have to. It looks pretty cool. Look how it stitches everything beautifully. You can't even see the camera or the pole. That is awesome. Jeremy, tell me what you got and why is this thing so awesome?
We have Hero 7 Black, launched last fall. You know, the headline feature for Hero 7 Black is the stabilization, what we call Hyper Smooth. It's a 3-axis electronic image stabilization with rolling shutter correction built in. And bottom line is it's the most advanced stabilization we've ever put in camera. You don't need a gimbal with it. It's super smooth. In addition to the stabilization, we've also applied that to time-lapse video. So in the past, when you're you know, moving around with the time-lapse video, the video looks kind of shaky, it's all over the place. This smooths it out and creates a really cool, almost like warping through space and time effect for your videos. This is also the first GoPro that actually live streams. So we support direct live streaming to Facebook and YouTube and other platforms via our TMP protocol.
Ballpark price for guys who don't know how much these things cost.
Yeah, so Hero 7 Black retails for $399.
$399, that's actually how much I paid for this back in the day. Yeah, so that's awesome. Yeah, I definitely need to upgrade, man. All right, guys, so let's end this with a website.
Yeah, for any information, just go to GoPro.com.
Easy peasy.
You'll find information on you know, these cameras, our mounts and accessories, and our software.
There you go, guys. Stop by GoPro, of course, at NAB. Check them out. I'm at the Sharp booth at NAB, and what do you know? An 8K television. Oh my God, that is incredible, guys. I really can't explain it to you how awesome 8K looks in person. I'm filming in 1080, so it doesn't do it any justice, but it is absolutely amazing. And this is a bright area here. They didn't like put it in the dark like a lot of companies do. This is out in the open light area, and it is crazy vivid. God, that's like almost 3D. So cool. Yep, 80-inch 8K TV right there, man. It's coming. It's here. You'll probably see these in the stores. Who knows? Maybe next year. I don't know. That's nuts. Well, I know maybe some places have them in stores now. I have no idea. I haven't seen them. But yeah, 8K is definitely the next big thing. What's up, guys? As you can see, I'm at Vimeo. If you don't know Vimeo, they're like YouTube, but different. A lot of people have been leaving YouTube because of the whole demonetization and censorship over at YouTube. And Vimeo has been seeing a surge in users coming over. So a lot of people think that you can't make money and monetize your videos at Vimeo, but you actually can. They have a little different way of doing it. It's like a Netflix subscription is what they do. I don't know all the details, I'm not an expert, but you build like this Netflix kind of subscription, and then it becomes like this icon you can see on your TV at home if you have a smart TV, and then people can buy a subscription to your channel on Vimeo. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna see if I can come over here and talk to them a little bit more about it. But I think that's just awesome that there is other options for monetized videos other than YouTube. The downside is Vimeo doesn't have that huge following like YouTube has. So it'll probably be harder to get those 100,000 subscribers or million subscribers on Vimeo, but I'm sure in time that'll change. We'll see. I have an account there, and I just need to work on it more and build it up. All right, guys, so there you have it. That is my coverage of the NAB show in Las Vegas. Pretty awesome show if you're a camera nerd. I'd like to say thank you to Futuristic for essentially sponsoring this video, because they gave me a G6 3-axis gimbal to film the whole show with. So all that silky smooth gimbal footage that you've been watching, all courtesy of Futuristic. Yeah, this thing is awesome. I love it. I'll be doing a more detailed review on this thing later. But yeah, that's NAB. If you're wondering what NAB is about, if you've even heard of it, hopefully you guys enjoyed the videos. Please hit that like button to support my channel. Appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. And leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought about the NAB show in Las Vegas. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.